What it do? What it do? Thank you for tuning in for another edition of Live on Sunday, man. It is your greatest host in the known universe, your boy, King Crowder, chiming back up to you again with another edition like we do as always of Live on Sunday. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate you. Comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If it's your first time being here, Crowder Gang, I want to appreciate all new people that got to chime on in this evening. Today's live topic will be controversial and insightful. It is titled FBA Men's Mentality versus Non-FBA Men's Mentality. A lot of people hear those words, but it's never a discussion or a breakdown on what the difference is. Shout out to you too, fan Ronnie. I appreciate you, man. Grand Risers, brother. Hey, so let's go ahead and keep chiming on in, ladies and gentlemen. What is the difference between the FBA men mentality and the non-FBA mentality? First thing I always want to do, y'all, is when I present something to you, I want you to know I'm tried, trusted, and true. This should be the holy grail of reading. Master teacher Neely Fuller, master teacher Neely Fuller's compensatory race code. Why am I recommending Brother Neely Fuller's work? Number one, when having questions about religion, mentally, family, sexual orientation, economics, you need to understand, number one, what you hear, number two, how to respond, and number three, learn where the pressure points are. The reason why I'm hanging on this story early is because I didn't really get to chime in this week. You know, your boy work, father, do a whole lot of things. But we must break down the difference of a non-FBA man's mentality and somebody that is one. FBA men have a spiritual essence to us. I'm going to break it down for you. When I walk in the room, my eyes look to see who looks at me. All brothers that are Black American ancestral feel that spiritual essence. There's a connection, a familiarity of I got your back, you got mine. You see what I see, you watch what I watch. There is nonverbal communication immediately when I walk inside of a space. Number two, there is always a connection to help you. I've lived all across this great country, ladies and gentlemen. I've lived in 8 different states around multiple ages, demographics of us. I can tell any FBA man immediately, older or younger. The first thing we try to do is we ask, where you from? How did you get here? What did you do to get this job? We ask multiple questions to try to vet, are you going to be willing to help me? And 90% of the time, not saying it doesn't happen other times, 90% of the time when I meet an FBA male that's older, they want to help me. 90% of my career promotions, my aspirations, my life teachings have come from other Black American men. Now, I want you to get this thing. We have our parents as we age, right? But a lot of the times, come from the background I came from the projects, the trenches, whatever you want to call it, you have to find other foundational fathers on your journey. I have my biological father, right? The one that raised me. Shout out to my daddy. Let me shout out to my pops again. But along my journey, I've had my spiritual father, my mental father, my safety father, my economic father, my reading father, my fathers that poured into me from different lanes and different ways. Remember, these are not men that I'm related to. These are men that are me, a part of my lineage that I didn't know that was helping to create the man you see today. No man is an island, and every aspect of how you grow and develop requires something. You know, we look at the term father or big bro as a negative light, but in every city I've gone to, I've had an older FBA man that was there. Our spiritual side tells you to help younger brothers. If I see a young brother working, trying to aspirate to buy something, right? For example, a candy brother. I'm raising money for my basketball team. I don't even need none of it half the time, but I'm going to help. Now, remember, I'm not going to enable you, but I'm going to do whatever I can to show my support, my love. Shout out to Thailand in the building. My love, my support, my admiration, my understanding, my validation, my respect. I'm going to make sure to show that early on in the process. Why do FBA men tend to do that? Because we understand that the disrespect we see rightly in our community is so brown. We understand that the disrespect is normalized to us. Most Black American brothers understand how challenging it is to make it, to do, to produce, to grow. How many barriers, how many landmines, how difficult it is just to gain an inch in where we come from. That is why our mentality is a lot of the time on group, not just on how we are, but it's how we feel. I will never throw shade, hate, not understand what it's like for another brother to get it, because I know what it's like to have and not have. So when I speak on the spiritual side of what is it like to be us, what it do, but I'm telling you, it's not a small gesture, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big deal. If you understand what it's like to go out in this world as a man to fight every day, you will have a different understanding. You will have a good appreciation. Shout out to you too, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, brother. Tap in when we subscribe. Remember, I'm out in this world every day. I have to fight against people that are Sambo mentality, people that don't believe in my vision, my grain, but I still must do. But as I continue to grow, Neely Fuller provides codes when you deal with racial acts, non-melanated immigrants, outstanding conversation, people that avoid the race and sexual conversations. Let me give you something that Brother Fuller said early on this chapter that resonated with me. Remember, it will be times on your journey where people will avoid and discard the race conversation. Do not press, do not disturb, do not chastise. What you do is pivot, and you pivot to the justice conversation. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody doesn't mind talking about race, don't argue about that. Go to justice. That's the entire issue right there nobody tends to talk about. They think when you talk about race, you're talking about something that means something else is bad. No, we're talking about the issues of injustice. And when they use terms as in, I am a Christian, I am this belief system, don't push back on that narrative. Understand it. Listen. Process. Understand that that is an individualistic point of view, and they cannot be wrong. What you must do is pivot to the justice standpoint. I understand how you feel about your religious standpoint, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I am asking is systematically from a just standpoint, do you believe that justice has been given the same in this country? And then you wait. You wait to hear the response. You wait to hear if the person's disingenuous nature will continue to go or will it stand firm? Because remember, when Neely Fuller wrote this knowledge that I believe is tremendous, he is speaking about narratives. The biggest narrative that we have in this country against most FBA men and women is propaganda. We can go into them, right? Oh, y'all lazy. Fix my, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Go back and avoid the issue. Go back. I love it too, brother. Tap in to me, man. Tap in, man. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Hey, I always tell people I don't avoid no smoke. I will drop. Matter of fact, let me drop the link early, y'all, because I'm not the type of person to like to avoid stuff. We can invite guests when they talk crazy. But remember, when we are having these conversations and discourse, y'all, when we are having these type of narratives, you must know how to combat it. You don't got to argue with it. Listen to their standpoint. And when you hear their standpoint, intellectually combat it. I'm going to combat it by saying, hey, I understand how you feel, but when we speak on the system of justice, How do you feel about that? Do you disregard it? Do you think it's inept? Do you believe that justice has been given freely in this country? If it hasn't, let's talk about it. And if they believe that justice has been given freely, mention this point. Do you believe that economically there has been justice and equal opportunity? Do you believe entertainment that there has been justice and equal opportunity? Do you believe in labor, politics, religion, preference? Do you believe in open opportunity? Let me make sure I say it from the camera. Oh, I got you, brother. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been given equal because when we look at most things in this country, the laws are still the same. I want you to pay attention to something, y'all. Appreciate you, dog, for the chat. Appreciate that for the chat, for telling me the truth. I appreciate you. Let's talk about it, right? When we talk about justice and inequality, I want you to ask about something. I'm not saying this individual is innocent. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that we wouldn't have laws on the book like Dave Chappelle's comedy episode just talked about. If you did not want a Dave Chappelle special that dropped earlier this year, it was about the Mann Act. The Mann Act is a racist law. If you ever go to Galveston, Texas, outside of Houston, Texas, that is where the legendary fighter known as Jack Johnson once resided. Shout out to Jack Johnson, the legendary heavyweight champion. The Mann Act in itself is a law to deter compromise, like it was a law created back in the early 19th century about human trafficking in organizations. But what you got to understand is the essence of this act was due to race. Let's be frank. Neely Fuller's book breaks down that narrative. He went about it so thoroughly, y'all, that he mentioned in every single part in code and multiple bits of conversation. Without giving you everything, every Black American male, FBA in this country, along with we have mandatory places we travel, we eat, needs to read this. You need to read it to break it down. You need to read it to understand. You also need to read it to have intellectual discourse. And the reason why I wanted to hit this subject early to the night, y'all, if you did not know Black Twitter, Black Lifestyle, Black News, there was something that shook the earth. There was surfing. Shout out to my brother read it back in 2020, 2015, bro. Game-changing mentality. Hey, Mr. Finn, come up here and talk to me about it, baby. I don't duck anything. If you don't believe it's an issue, man, stand on business. Let me go ahead and highlight the stream chat. You keep talking, baby. Stand on business. We don't duck no smoke, no intellectual discourse or something. You come up here and talk about it. Unless you're willing to talk, I'm not going to respond to you, brother. That's my final offer to you. You keep ducking. I don't duck nothing. Stand on business, get in the chat, and let's have it in person. If race is not an issue, stand on it. If it's not, get off the stage. Exactly, brother. Moving on. We're going to go back to the example that I'm going to highlight this week, y'all. This interview shocked the headways. Thank you, Nikki. You know, hey, look, I don't smoke that duck, no smoke. Brother talking. He don't want to get on here. Remember, I'm from the country, my boy. Look, we get nose to nose, forehead to forehead when we talk. If you ain't going to get nose to nose, forehead to forehead, I don't want to hear you talk no more. And that's the simplest way I go about it. If you don't like it, do something, nigga. Let me keep going. If the Corey Holcomb topic that stood on today's news wave that went around the wave, right? Corey asked a phenomenal subject. The whole thing that Corey talked about that was under discussed is that Corey didn't know how to paint the narrative correctly. I'm going to play this clip, then we're going to rewind how the mentality works in real time.
For you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now.
Pause. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody goes to an ad hominem, which means a personal attack, instead of discussing the issues at hand, you won. When Corey mentioned in that interview that you do not have a criticism for most white men in this country, he won. Remember, he said what it was. He mentioned what the criticism was. And instead of addressing it, he pivoted. You won, bro. All that other wolfing about who was going to fight and after that, I don't give a damn about that. Because if you are going to do something, if it was supposed to happen, that man 57 years old, man. He can wolf. A 57-year-old man can wolf, in my opinion. He can wolf. He can talk. He has the right to do that. My daddy ain't supposed to be fighting nobody. Straight up. After I mentioned that point to you, sit up here, let's talk about it. That's all I'm saying, man. You know they send plants on YouTube all the time. They're paid. Hey, facts, brother. But I just like to call them out. You are absolutely right, brother. I appreciate your point. But like I always like to tell them from the beginning, man, I don't duck no smoke. And the quickest way to call them out, y'all, is to get them to come up. Remember, the smoke has already been delivered. Ain't been no response. But as I'm keep cooking. Whenever you get a man and you put him in the corner, you will notice that an ad hominem will come. Then I want you to pay attention to this next ad.
Now, you doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
See,
homie, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
Clip this right quick. Detroit, the D. Is this your man? Detroit, Michigan. Do y'all allow shit like this to happen on where y'all from? Detroit. Do you allow a brother to get on national TV to talk about where I'm from, what I'm representing, and you can easily punch down on black people, but once a direct question is asked to you, you don't say nothing? Ain't no way this man is from the D, y'all. I done met plenty D's. I done met many people from Detroit. They don't act like this. They don't avoid no discussion. They don't let somebody say a point that is valid and they go unanswered. Let us keep playing.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So fix
you doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
you
dick,
doing,
homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
believe me
do
when
that.
I tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy you give me.
Let's switch seats. Let's switch seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick sucking.
If a man get in between your chest, in your face, and you still hoop and holler about I'm not doing this, I'm not afraid of you, you lost, fam. There's no way you can tell me that I ain't scared of you, I ain't afraid of you, and I sit right in between your goddamn legs, nose to nose, forehead to forehead. And you challenge me to go outside? Outside? What? What the hell? Bro, you a fake, bro. Outside when a man sat between your goddamn legs, Indian style, with the mic in your face, is content. I know. But let's keep it real, y'all. If your fight or flight energy was really strong, if how you felt and how you stood on business was really there, you would have handled that shit on sight. A fair exchange ain't no robbery. A friendly squabble ain't got nothing to do with it. And what that was right there was a friendly squabble that was brewing. And what did we see from that, ladies and gentlemen? I saw fear. I saw money. I got money. I'm going to talk. Man, listen. The biggest piece of advice I'm going to give to anybody, man. I have made more money than I've ever made in my life. I am more financially stable than I've ever been in my life. Money does not change you. Money gives you influence. Power is something you cannot buy. You can have as much money as you want, but if I have a military and I can take your resources, what does it matter? Look throughout history. Black Americans decided to focus on money and be independent in our ways of thinking early on. But we didn't have the infrastructure to defend ourselves. And that's what happened. If you ever want to watch a show about politics, life, and information, I want you to watch this show as soon as possible. I think it's still on Netflix. House of Cards. House of Cards is how politics in this country truly works. House of Cards breaks down the power dynamics and how you can have as much money and influence whoever you like. But when it comes down to having to protect who you like, is that security guard going to want to die for you? Is that person that I stand on and believe with, is he going to want to stand behind me? Or am I in danger? Remember, the FBA mentality is to know every environment, every space that I'm in, that I got to be willing to stand behind whatever pressure I'm dealing with. As the great Neely Fuller quoted in his book, you must be willing, able, and justifiable in your actions. Why is it so scary that he mentioned? Because it's accountability with him. FBA men have accountability. He was supposed to take that L and the motherfucker in your grill. Shout out, dog. You feel me? Shout out to you, man. Money my ass, who you already made. Man, shout out to a lot of thoughts. Man, I don't know what he talking about. But for real, if somebody get up to you and in your essence and your spirit and looks you eye to eye and you don't swing, you pussy. There's no way you can get inside my grill, sit in front of my lap, and I'm saying I'm gangsta and I'm still on your what? Bro, I don't want to hear no more. Both of them was woofing. But what I saw in that moment was that one person had a message that stood clear, and the other went. When the subject of white men and criticizing white men, their leadership and the adequate leadership in this country, it was a wince. No one's above criticism. No one's above rapport, but I know somebody that was scared to do it. No matter how you feel about it, what your belief system is, you got to be willing to stand behind it. And in that moment, when all of that happened, it was a moment of quiet and clarity. And the moment of clarity let me know one person came in with initiative and one person was hell-bent on misunderstanding. I didn't know the brother Anton. I don't know him personally, right? I've never really watched his content, but I can tell he's non-FBA. Remember, you can be, I don't think he's non-FBA based off his look and his mentality. Whenever somebody gets into the religious angle, your spiritual belief system is yours and it's to be respected. But you can't have a mass conversation and then turn personal. When he asked you, how do you identify? You said a Christian. When you asked who needs to be criticized, you said white, liberal women. That was a very political answer, which deserved a political response. What he did to get Corey off his standpoint is he pivoted the conversation. But now that we see it, I want you to hear from his own words what he said, how he felt, and most importantly, what did he respond with? I want you to remind everybody, y'all, Corey is 57 years old. 57-year-old man. Pay attention.
Call for black conservative men. Oh, yeah, they think we pussy.
Because most of you are.
They think that just because we Republican and we conservative that we pussy. Black people supposed to be conservative and
Not true. Black people were always independent thinkers.
Republican. That's our original party. The original party for black people were Republican. We were conservative. Let me help y'all to understand something. For everybody that's on this pro-black shit, that's on this Democrat liberal plantation.
I want you to remember something. Whenever somebody refers to the word pro-black liberal conversation, those are constructs not made for today's 2025 version, 2026 version of black people. Every word that he's mentioning is a political format used against a dominant society.
Black people are conservative, are core.
He's speaking for all when he doesn't represent all when he's Christian. How can you speak for a segment of society that you don't choose to identify with? I want y'all to catch these points as he's talking. You feel me? If you tell somebody publicly, I identify as Christian, not black, and you stand on what you believe, which is respected, how can you then tell the masses what they believe and what they go with? You can't. I can't speak for 43 million black Americans. I can't. Some of us think different, operate different, raise different, live different, have different spiritual systems. You can't speak for the generic happen if you ain't a part of it.
Your ancestors, your mother, your father, your grandfather, they are
what ancestors is he speaking of? Different lineage from the South, from the North, where?
Conservative. Republican was our party. That was our thing. They hijacked our party by giving us all of this shit to help us break up our families and tethered us to the federal government.
How can you tether us to the federal government when it was already made through federal actions in the 1920s? Remember, when people say not the whole point of history, you have to know where the pressure points are. Remember, the federal government has never been for us. That's why the GI Bills, redlining, convict leasing, the crack movement, the Eisenhower housing, all that stuff has not been for us. When he's spoken like we've had our fair share as justice has been given in this country, it's not true. What he's speaking about is something that has never happened, but he's just saying and acting like it.
That's why they gave you food stamps. We were stronger without that shit. They gave you family court law.
They didn't give us food stamps. They gave it to poor white working class people. They gave it to the poor working class because of the World War II actions that happened post that. It was none of these benefits were given to black people. That's why the notion during the Ronald Reagan era was welfare queen, and black woman was the poster child for that. He's inaccurate again.
To break up your family, they fucked up our communities, and then they poured drugs in it, and that's how we became dependent on the federal government. We are not liberal. We are not Democrats. We are not liberal, and we are not Democrats. Stop letting these niggas tell you what you don't. I'm telling you.
But you don't speak for the masses or tell us about what we should believe, Anton. You just said publicly that you don't identify as a black man. Let that marinate. You said publicly that your perspective does not identify with the mainstay black person in this country. If you are aware of the current state of black people, you will understand that most black people under the age of 30 do not identify as Christian. They do not have a religious-based system. They do not go to church on a regular basis. The system you're speaking about is further past us. Millennial, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha do not identify like you do. You are speaking completely different than what the average black person is talking about. Oh, man, I hear you, brother. Keep talking. I never watched Anton Ely. If you are FBA, you give Anton your view off code. I agree. Independent thinker, right. How can we have a conservative viewpoint but not thinking the third eye determine our special viewpoints? I agree with you, brother. Here's regulatory scripts from facts. Obama deported more illegal innocent than president. That's true. He is bugging, but y'all gotta understand the bugging is not something abnormal. It's something that he should be going to. As a pretty weak, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. As a Christian, you could never vote Democrat. I believe you can vote for whatever you want. It's not up to me to choose. Your vote should always be in your best interest, not what I want, but it should be a vote for what your local proximity to where you live is at. Go ahead. Oh, man. And this guy right here, I don't know. Let me make sure we go ahead and talk to this guy. He keep bugging. What did he say again, y'all? How about you go get a job? I hear you, brother. Remember, y'all, when somebody can't bait you, they say things. But I'm going to keep cooking.
Do your research. We are conservative. We stand tall on that shit. We don't need no handouts from the fucking federal government.
Nobody's talking about a handout, Anton. I know you're referring to that point about reparations. It's about justice. I know you believe in justice, right? Because if you don't believe in justice anywhere, then you should speak about injustices everywhere, right?
And we don't fuck with all of this liberal and this Democrat nonsense. Stop letting these niggas laugh in your face. When I told Corey to that face, he giggled like a little school.
Remember, Corey, if you do not know, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Corey Hogan. Let me go ahead and give him a round of applause. Corey is our version of Dick Gregory. If you do not know who the great, iconic elder Dick Gregory was, I highly recommend you look at him. He was unapologetic. He was unorthodox. He was very transparent about his feelings and beliefs. Corey is our version of Dick Gregory. Anton is talking about Corey as he is a political thought leader in some other echelon. What he is not. Corey's profession is entertainment. Corey gives commentary that is sometimes accurate on current and political viewpoints. He has his right, being a foundation Black and American man, to do that. But holding Corey to the standard of a political pundit who speaks for the masses is just not true. Let's keep going.
Girl, because he don't know shit. The nigga tell jokes for a living. He don't.
That's his profession. You're going to insult the man for his profession and what he does? What? Off code. Law number 1, y'all. No black American man makes fun of another black American man what his profession is. I don't care if you're janitorial. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I'm going to appreciate you for what you do. I'm going to say, I appreciate you, brother, how you made my sandwich. I'm going to say, I appreciate you, brother, how you clean up this area. And I'm going to say, I appreciate you, brother, for what you're doing to help stimulate the economy. It is not in our system to look down on other brothers in their profession. Foundational black American men uplift other brothers in what they do. It doesn't matter if I'm here or there. Our spiritual side will always say, I'm going to look out for you, man. Thank you. Because that's our father. That's our uncle. That's our cousin. That's our brothers. That's in us. That off-code behavior of shanning someone based off what they do, that ain't us, bro. You expose your hand without me having to say it. I know what your identity is. I know how you feel, what you think. You don't have to tell me any damn thing. Your code of conduct shows me. Your words you say to somebody shows me. And to say that brother does not have a viewpoint based off what he does, shame on you. Shout out to you too, Rochelle. I appreciate you. Corey gave that kind of dirty by letting him get exposure. Not necessarily. Remember, he did something very impactful, brother. He exposed his behavior. And if anybody from Detroit, ain't you looking at the brother with a side eye now? I'm from St. Louis. Shout out to the Lou, baby. Shout out to the Lou. I was there maybe not a year ago. Shout out to St. Louis and Mr. Gregory. Iconic man. He's all over the shit, all the Connie Cubs at night. Of course, man. On your description of Corey Hogan, you know I don't miss no facts around here, baby. 100, man. Shout out to you, Nicky. Shout out exactly based on our lineage. It's the truth, man. We don't shun people based off what they do for a living. That ain't part of us, man. Our brothers, our cousins, our uncles. Name me the brothers that had a high profile you are less than 40 years ago. They all work with their hands. They all worked in the service industry. But to look down on them, that ain't me. Anton is first part Christian. They may be black, but never be one. Remember, y'all, when they say I'm a Christian, I want you to pay attention to what that is. That means I'm going to avoid political discussions. Remember, you could be a Christian. Martin Luther King was a Christian. Shout out to the great Dr. King as he's paraphrasing remembering his holiday this past weekend. Let me give him a shout out. Martin Luther King was a Christian, but he stood on business. He discussed race politics. He discussed injustices. Tell me when you've heard the word between Anton and the word injustice out his mouth. You can believe in the spiritual belief you want to believe in, but follow it. We don't follow it right now. Our black conservative Christians like to use that word because it's safe. Remember, Christian principles are not followed in this country. We don't feed the poor. We don't speak on injustices and issues. We don't have programs in our communities where we have banking systems and uplifting programs. The Catholic Church does. Not the churches we mostly see. We laugh at them. We joke on them. We make fun of them. You can be here and be Caucasian, brother. I'm open to intellectual discourse among everybody, as long as you know not to duck no smoke. Even Denzel used to say the garbage man had a humble part of his day. Of course, brother. That's in our culture. Remember, y'all, key number 1. If you disrespect another brother based off what he does, you ain't no damn FBA. You not. That ain't how we get down. Let me keep cooking.
No shit. He tells jokes. He's the court jester. Stop looking up to these niggas that don't know shit. We are not liberal. We are not the party of gay people. We do not fuck with illegal migrants coming into the country and taking what our ancestors died for. I told the nigga it's disrespectful that we got less than 20% voter turnout rate, and we need to be more involved in our local community.
I would always ask people, side number 2, y'all. No dignity to shame, no more, no compass. Shout out to you for saying that too. Remember, y'all, you got all these words and saying what people should be doing. What are you doing to change it? Another word I want all FBA men to get underneath their blood and their skin and their fingernails. What do you do to speak on these issues? What are you doing now? Stop saying what you think. What do you do? Currently, we know you get the bag. Let me congratulate you again. But if I go to the D and I ask about your name, and I ask about your skills, and I ask about who you are, what they gonna say, nigga? Are they gonna say you stand up? Are they gonna say you looking out? Are they gonna say you helping any damn body? You shaming Corey and saying Corey ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. What the hell you doing, bruh? That's what you need to be worried about and judged upon. Not what he got going on. What do you have going on? Who are you helping? Whose money are you putting bunny pockets in? Who do you employ? He a comedian. The all modern day Dick Gregory. I know what he's doing. I know what he's speaking on. I know what he's championing. But you're the opposite. Stop talking about what another man got going on and you show me what you got going on. That's the main problem I have with that, man. Main part. No dignity, no shame, no moral compass. I've seen more of this Anton. He took advice from the judge. You right, though. You fat. You right. I can't look up to this OP, man. I always avoid looking at him. He's a nobody. Straight to get clout. Well, look, man, he could be who he is in his area, y'all. But remember, you can't throw glass stones at glass houses. You can't. I'm going to play a little bit more before we move on to our next topic.
He's in a nigga giggled like a schoolgirl. Man, what the fuck y'all talking about? This nigga don't know shit. If he not talking about somebody, he don't have no content. Y'all niggas keep following these cornball ass niggas that's leading y'all into the mire. They a distraction. They're a distraction. That's it. They not telling you the truth. And that's what I wanted to say to him because before we got derailed. No, you do the easy shit. You pander. Y'all panda bears. I say the uncomfortable
What
shit.
uncomfortable topic do you say? When do you speak about black problems? Not black people. Remember that. Not black people. Name me the black problems you speak about, Anton. Name me about our boys and our current relationship issues. Not the problems, the solutions. What advice do you offer to solve it? What things do you say this will happen and be helpful? What things have you ever mentioned in that category that have ever said it? What it do, Mike? But when we had these conversations, all you do is offer criticism, bruh. All I hear is criticism after another after another. I don't never hear no solutions about nothing. Shout out to my dog Mike tapping in.
What's good, people?
Man, Mike, as I'm chopping on in with the family about this Anton Davis video that shook the world, man. Give the people your viewpoint of what you saw this week, man.
Oh man, let me see it. Let me see the video real quick, man. Let me see it.
That I know that the majority of people is going to feel some type of way about it, but it don't matter because the truth is the truth. It's not my truth. It's not your truth. It's not how I feel. It's the truth. We are not a gay liberal people. Stop following these white people, these liberal white people, these white men, white women that's out here protesting for Somalis. We don't even fuck with these niggas.
As he got into the story earlier, Mike, and he's pivoting, he had a conversation with Corey Holcomb, who was our version day Dick Gregory. And the entire time I heard this brother talk, Mike, I kept hearing one thing.
Hey, T, your sound went out. Hold on.
As the entire time that I hear him talk, as we chime in this late evening, man, Anti's voice is exhausted. Facts. Always facts, y'all. I agree. Not moist, though. Y'all better stop that moist word. But, dude, you're obviously raised in the church because how those baby boomers talk and they preach. I agree, y'all. They don't even understand that the church has no sway in this time that we live in. It's truly amazing. But as we continue to chime in, Mike, go ahead. Give your take on it, family.
So I don't know too much about this, but from what he was saying, so and what is it that he was trying to convey to her? Because I wasn't understanding the video.
Well, when he was talking about it, he was responding to him and Corey having that situation earlier this week, Mike, when they got into it about black folks. And he was giving a testimony to why he feel like black people are struggling. Why do people outside of the community, Mike, especially if you identify as, remember, Mike, He's the one that identifies as Christian, and we don't have problems. That's his
Ah,
whole stick.
ah. Okay, so check this out, bro. One, people who are outside the community, they want a sense of belonging. So when somebody they like, oh, this is my chance to give my opinion, but you're so like disconnected from what we got going on that you sound asinine every time. I don't understand why every time somebody that's not connected, not actually trying to have solutions, like you said, you coming with problems. If as a man, my father told me if you coming with problems, you need to come with solutions. And you not coming with solutions and you outside the community talking on the community, that's strike one, bro. It's 2026. We not accepting it no more, and we not allowing y'all to speak on the community if you ain't for the community or haven't done anything for the community lately.
And the reason why we got to stand on business about that, Mike. Another subject happened this week, y'all. This kind of boiled me up, Mike, because I do have an infinity for what our ancestors stood on. But outside of Philadelphia this week, ladies and gentlemen, fair use, there was a brother imitating the Black Panther Party, Mike. And listen to what he said.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for self-defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means some shotgun shells will shoot out of a pump. This shoots them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher. You meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people.
My first question, Mike, and I'm going to go first on this one. I hear you, bro. Where was you at with Carmelo Anthony, Breonna Taylor, Jordan Neely, Robert Brooks? It seems like there is an agenda in hand.
100%, bro.
Not saying that the Black Panthers are not useful. They do not have a point of view that we love and respect and I admire throughout history. But you are speaking on one issue right now, not nothing else that we're dealing with. Not no other problems, not no other people. Not nothing. But the first the issue you dive out the closet for is the immigrant issue. Come on, bro. You are not representative of nothing of what the hell we got going on. Yes, it was a tragedy that won't happen to her. But that brother Carmelo Anthony is still facing charges right now. I ain't see you outside their house. I ain't see you on camera bumping your chest. And when do black people make threats to police officers on camera? Did you hear what he said, man?
Yes, 100%.
And you not in jail, bro? You made a threat that I'm willing to shoot a law enforcement federal official. What the hell are you talking about? That sounds like something that don't need to be around me, bro. You talking like that on camera? That's charges right there. You going to jail immediately by making that statement.
Terroristic threats.
Terroristic threats. So who do you represent? And again, where you come from? I ain't seen you nowhere. All them crimes and problems we had with it. This the first time you pop out? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Mike, take off.
Hey, first of all, bro, I need to say this. Who voted this man to be the person that speaks for us, bro? Who voted him to be the person that speaks for the Black Panther Party? Who voted him to be the person that was in charge of what's going on right now? The thing that bothers me the most, and sorry I'm walking around, Terrell, I got to handle something, but the thing that's what bothers me the most about what's going on is that you're putting us in a dangerous situation. because you don't speak for us, and you are not the person that is making things happen for the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party was founded by Huey P. Newton, and he had wonderful things in place. You threatening the police, you coming up, pulling up with assault rifles, saying you have bigger guns, is putting Black people in a dangerous situation. We cannot support you, and we have to pull the plug immediately, bro. Immediately. Because if other people are peaceful protesting and they are standing for what the Black Panthers are stood for, this crazy fucking coon, and I'm sorry to say that, bro, on our live, but this crazy dude will have us getting killed, people that are really trying to help the people getting killed. We cannot stand for that. We have to pull the plug on it, and we cannot support it at all. 100%.
No, I agree with everything you saying, Mike. I think the exposing hand is unavoidable. Like, bro, where you been at, bro? And you come out, what ain't this the first issue you speak on? Listen to all this cap performance advocate for liberty. Once you make a conversational point like that, Mike, on the immigrant issue, especially on all the other stuff we got to talk about, this the first thing you want to talk about, you wasting your goddamn time with me.
Plant. It seems like he's a plant for me. Why is, like you said, that's the first issue you speak of. You don't speak of, like you said, Carmelo Anthony. You don't speak of any other Black situations that have not been settled, like Sandra Bland and other things of that nature. Where you been at? Exactly. He's an agent. He's a plant, and he is gonna cause corruption and deviousness. 100%.
We're not gonna disrespect the legendary, iconic Bobby Seals. We're not gonna do that. He was selected, homie. Facts. I agree with that. Oh, they had to, man. It just didn't make sense, man. He go out there, Mike. Everybody going in, Mike. They going in on the subject. He's putting anyone out. Yeah, that's the thing about me, y'all. You say those comments on national TV like people don't know your face, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You say those comments, and yeah, it didn't even sit right with me. Like, bro, what you talking about? That nigga ain't from my lineage. You stupid. Facts though.
Facts.
More like, oh man, not okay. Anton just got a new iPhone. Not a new iPhone. Y'all terrible. Get them likes up. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Double tap, family, double tap. But I agree with anything, man. No, man. If any nigga follow him, you deserve to go to jail. FBA strong certified salute for sure, y'all. But as we continue to tap in, Mike, I watched that video and I see this brother with a long rifle saying, I'm going to do this on camera. Like, bro, what are you talking about? What?
First of all,
talk like that.
Gangsters move in silence,
Mike. And then Mike, you know, I'm listening to him talk, Mike, and you know it gets worse, family. You know, Mike, that was the first video that he dropped, and Mike, you know, clout. What all said, Mike. We do anything for clout. We do anything for clout, y'all. Not him going again. Pay attention, y'all.
All power to the people. Chairman Paul Burton reporting for Active Community Defense Duty. Listen. Two things that I need to run by you. Thing number one is, a lot of people are saying that we should not stand up against ICE because we're standing for people that aren't us. And Black Panthers only stand for Black people. That is a lie. Huey P. Newton said that we are internationalists and we stand with all oppressed people, no matter what color they are. That's the founder of the Black Panther Party that said that. So everybody who's running around talking about Black Panthers don't stand up for people other than Black people don't know a damn thing about the Black Panther Party. That's thing number one. Thing number two, the Black Panther Party created something called the Rainbow Coalition, which is a coalition of Hispanics, Asians, whites, and Blacks from all over the world working together to fight oppression. Again, the Black Panthers stood with the Mexicans, stood with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, stood with the Japanese, the Vietnamese. We actually, the Black Panthers did a whole campaign to end the Vietnam War because they stood with Vietnam. So for you guys who are talking all of this gibberish about, oh, you guys aren't following traditions of the original, who do you think our leaders are? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther, right? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther who walked with Huey Newton. That's our leadership. And Billy J. Brooks, that was Fred Hampton's right-hand man. So you guys sound stupid, you know, to be honest. You sound like you don't really know what you're talking about. Doing a lot of hooting and hollering and don't really know what you're talking about. If you watch Huey Newton's speech, he specifically says, we are not Black nationalists. We are internationalists. And we stand with all oppressed people across the globe, no matter what your ethnicity is.
You know my first response is, Mike, how do you feel about reparations?
Cut the check.
I hear all this talk about all this internationalist bull. I hear all that, bruh. What's the black issue that you want to speak about? I'm hearing what you're saying about the Rainbow Coalition, which was phenomenal in its time and context and era. But right now, with what we're dealing with in this country, with what the focus is, it seems mighty coincidental that you say
100%.
this now. Okay,
Because that-
cool. Mike, you feel that way. I respect it. How do you feel about reparations? Lineage
cut the
based.
check. If he don't say anything but cut the check, we gotta let him go.
We ain't gotta hear nothing. Go ahead, Mike. Cook up, dog.
My thing is this, right? Like you said, Terrell, you've been mighty absent, brother, in cultural events, and you just want to jump on this one. Jump on this one. Oh my God, immigration. So what they gonna do? I feel that he's a plant, and he is trying to do something where us Brown and Brown gonna get together. But we are together. But the same thing as we've been saying, cut the check. And we had, as the Black Panther Party, I think more now than ever, we need to be worried about our own issues, and then we can worry about others. And I hate to be selfish, but every other nation, ethnicity, or creed is worried about themselves. And we continue to do things like that, we will continue to be sabotaged. But he's a plant for
And
sure.
Mike, you gotta understand, it ain't that's just the wave that we own now. We heard with Bobby Seale, shout out to the ancestors, how we heard about what they stood for. But right now, it's different. Right now, this is the energy that gotta be respected. Oh, Mike, we got our first super chat. Shout out to your FBA combo, man. Roasting,
Hey.
brother. We appreciate you, brother. Hey, but
Peace and
hold on.
love.
Peace and love, man. But listen, I want y'all to hear something. Just because that's what it was historically does not mean you got to update your files. We were heavy Christians at one point. Mike, my brother, was heavy in the church. Mike has criticism for the church all the time, deservedly. We're not biased. We got to speak truth to power and speak on what's currently going on.
Facts.
You feel me? All that he's pro-immigrant. Facts, y'all. He not like us. That's why Kendrick dropped that song.
Facts.
That's why the black, you're no Black Panther fact. You can say, I don't hate Jamaican Latino, but they're not ever for reparation, older foundation for facts, dog. That's all we talking about. Cut the check, as Mike said. All that other stuff. Oh, Mike, we got a good one right here. You're a black clown. Stay in no business and tell us to our face. We ain't ducking nothing. Let me go ahead and drop it in the chat again, Mike. Mike, we don't duck no smoke around here, Mike. You know, Mike love to smoke. Let me go ahead and drop it in the chat again for any brother right there.
Come on the line.
Come on the line. A full-blown Islamic cosplayer as a black parent. Not an Islamic. They going heavy, Mike. Baltimore and Philly got a lot of creeping hanging around. Bad facts, though. Philly and Baltimore got a little energy going on, Mike. Uh-oh, Mike. What do you say, Mike? This isn't live. You guys are ice. Oh, Lord, come on. Mike, this isn't live. Oh, Mike, they call us AI. Call us what you get up on the live, bro.
Come on the live.
Not a Latino dictator. Shout out to you, Shamika. Black men on this on live will preach and teach one. That's what we always here to do. NYC, oh man, you know, oh man, Charlie Kirk hit the ray gun. Not damn, they going in, man. Not the ray gun from Call of Duty. Y'all terrible, man. So we stand with immigrants that came into our community, stole our resources, probably laughed, called black people lazy, and who are protecting the Panther Party. So this doesn't give you right to exploit FBA lineage for your own political gain. 100%, Mike. Reparations will not happen because until the state representative Congress pushed the agenda, we working. They said integration wasn't going to happen. Roast anytime. Shout out to you. King Crowder can't help but he's gay. Look, man. Hey, Goldsmith, please tap in. We don't duck no smoke.
Hey, hold up, T. Hold up. You know, I will not accept any disrespect on our page.
Well, Mike, you gotta remember, Mike. I told them earlier, Mike. We from the South, Mike.
Facts.
We get nose to nose, forehead to forehead. You can talk all that dumb shit all you want, but you gotta pull up over here, man.
Pull up, nigga.
That's it. Look, you can bump them gums, you can get in the chat and talk crazy, but when I drop the location, I ain't got no problem dropping the low. Mike ain't got no problem dropping the low. Mike, tell her we will drop the location.
And you can come sit on the couch.
That's it, dog. Hey, look, and you better have something because I got something for you. You hear me talking? Stay on code, Mike. Anti-APA, no political session. Oh, facts. We all got no alibis, Mike. We on code 100%. You niggas ain't getting no 40. Look, brother, here you go again, Mike. Look, we ain't
It
ducking.
don't gotta be 40 acres and a mule, bro. All I'm saying is the United States is okay with giving subsidized dollars to every group that has been disenfranchised that we had nothing to do with. You can 100% atone for your sins and provide to cut the check. That's it.
Listen, bro. Remember, gay people only call other people gay. Remember that, man. We ain't ducking nothing. Remember, gay don't come into my mind because I ain't zesty, brother. Tether alert in the chat. We like the tethers over here, brother. Look, we the tether slayer FBA combo. We with it. Listen, the chat has been dropped. We ain't ducking nothing.
Hey, pull up on the live.
Let me go ahead and highlight that bad boy, man. He can go ahead. We ain't ducking nothing. A lot of dog whistles in the chat. Who behind the internet? Listen, right here, Ghost. Listen, bro. We been said drop the pack, Ghost. One thing I know about me, man, I ain't running from nothing.
Hey, but let's
I will put hands and feet on you in real life.
Terrell.
Thank you, man. Right. Different times, different plans. Big facts. He's looking. I don't know what he talking about. Look. Well, okay. Hey, listen. I met your mother at the trailer park, and I'll be there to see her, Mike. You hear me?
Hey,
The BBC.
actually, he's spitting though, because truthfully being told, the largest arrest for welfare and WIC schemes were people that lived in rural white areas, and secondly, Hasidic Jews in New York.
Woo!
Largest, and you can pull it up. It's a fact. So I hate the fact that they say black people are on welfare and on the government's titty, but nobody else is on the government's titty as much as the white man is, and it's statistically proven. Look at what happened with Brett Favre. Brett Favre, right? Stealing from Mississippi, but it's on record that the largest sting operation to convict felonies for welfare and WIC abuse, they were in rural white neighborhoods, and secondly in New York City, the Hasidic Jews. I promise you, look it up.
Mike, you don't like being called gay, Mike? He calling you gay now. That's what he's saying, Mike. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna add him in there. Mike dropped his low. Mike said he dropping his location on you, man. You ain't got no baby. What you talking about? But look, Mike, he just talking crazy, Mike. Yeah, he definitely, Mike, over here. Know what he said? No more white guilt. We don't care. I blame the Republicans. Social. Oh, facts. Hey, brother, like I always tell you, man, come see me. We ain't ducking nothing. Hispanic or Mayo, he can't avoid heroes as a convo. He talking points. Facts. Yeah, we ain't ducking no fades on this channel. Mike, tell him we ain't ducking nothing. Nothing.
Come on,
I don't put hands and feet on you.
Hey, check this out. I don't even want to put hands and feet on you because I'm not that guy. I'm much more than that. Just come on here for the verbal spar. I live for that.
Hey, Mike ain't gonna do it, but I'm gonna show vote do it. Mike is Mike is Martin. I'm more Malcolm. You feel me? And we're gonna stand by that.
Hey, I'm not Malcolm or Martin. I'm Detroit Red.
Hey, hey, listen. You know what they say? People that they a whole lot of gay jokes.
Hey, but let's keep it moving, bro.
Let's keep it moving. On our next subject for the night, Mike. Man, as we continue to go get the likes up, y'all share it. All right, Mike, on our next subject, Mike, it's really controversial to me, but it really helped me learn, Mike. If you did not know, streaming legend I Show Speed was in Algeria, Mike, and the video is worth 1,000 words. Just pay attention.
What? They throwing stuff? Ah, shit. Why they throwing stuff? Ah. Oh, hell no. What they throwing? I'm not even on a rivalry team. I'm not even a rival. I support United. Hey, don't throw water, bro. Don't throw water. Don't throw no water. It's at 5 o'clock. All right. So I'm about to leave, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
camera. Don't want the camera. Let's get out of there.
Get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm leaving. We are out, bro.
Mike, a video is worth 1,000 words. Seeing that young 20-some-year-old man throw waters in front of him at a stadium, what are your thoughts?
First of all, when we have any type of notoriety, we need to understand the cultural climate in these countries and places that we're going to. A lot of black and brown people don't understand that some parts of the world still aren't welcoming to us. And that particular part where he was at is not welcome to us, like at all. So you need to understand. I hate that he had to see that, but I mean, we all seen it, and it'll make us stronger, right? But you have to understand the cultural climates of the places that you're going to keep yourself safe. You know?
I think for me, Mike, we have to be honest about the brother to brother is viewed as an American concept.
Right.
The whole unity with other people from other countries, Mike, they don't view us as unity. There is no place in the world where a 20-something-year-old man should have full-blown water bottles thrown at him, Mike.
Facts.
There is no place in the world. We would never treat you like that no matter what country you come from in a black country in this world. Any African, Middle Eastern, Chinese, Latino could come to a black American neighborhood and we would not throw water bottles in their face. For you to treat that young man like that who's visiting, like Mike said, going into a hostile environment, shame on the whole goddamn country. Shame on y'all. This is not an adult, y'all. He's 20. He's a young man, a guest in your house at a famous, Mike, think about if somebody went to the goddamn Cowboy game and we threw water bottles at their face, Mike. You know how much national news that would make? You know how much couth and decorum your ass don't have to throw something at somebody visiting you? Fuck you, Algeria. I'm going to say it publicly, Mike. You know my boy Mike Nice. Fuck you, Algeria. That young man did not deserve that.
He did not. He did not deserve that at all.
Full-blown water bottles, Mike. Full water bottles.
Bro, they trying to hurt you. But you gotta understand where you going and what you being and what you putting yourself in, man. So I don't necessarily blame the people as 100%. I blame him as well.
But I don't know what that brother talking about. Might freak off. He talking gay. Bro, get off the chat. Algeria is an Arabian country average. What's your point? Remember, y'all, it's in Africa. What the hell you mean Arab is religion? What? It doesn't matter. Kid had a vest on in a soccer game. He 20, y'all. All that, Mike, they still going in, Mike. They say it was the only speed they can get no love. No, man, I didn't say that. Throwing stuff at him, a bunch of racist stuff. Just look at the Africa. I agree. I say it all the time. Our youth doesn't know about the world and places for safe for us. She agree with you, Mike. They must be musty and say to be in love with Africa. I show stupidity is not on code. I don't respect it seriously. Absolutely, Mike. They agree with you, Mike.
Right.
I personally just don't care. I have no desire to go to Africa. I get it. Hey, well, I don't understand when they say the difference is African and Arab, Mike. I don't get it. They say it a lot, Mike.
Hey, yeah, we turned up, bro. Shout out to the chat, yo.
Always, man. Oh, Mike, they're getting on you. Can we stop the black and brown stuff? We need to keep it black. Full stop. We understand that Mike just said it in a mostly. How would you say? I want to speak for Mike. Go ahead, Mike. What was you saying when you said that, fam?
I mean, I don't think it was anything against brown people or black people at all. I just say we need to be culturally aware of the type of situations that we're putting ourselves in. And that goes for any person of any color, creed, race, or religion. Because that can happen to anybody. You need to know if the type of person that you are is welcome in those type places. So get on the live.
Next, Mike. People don't understand how real it is getting in these mother bleeping streets. Trump signed an executive order banning discrimination in federal contracting, Mike. Remember, President Trump this week revoked the executive order aimed at banning discrimination by federal contractors and subcontractors, sweeping the crackdown enforcement on the diversity program. Trump said protect all these civil rights for American and equal opportunity by turning DEI preferences in federal all agency. He referred all probations might based on race, sexual orientation, calamity, or what they believe might. And the Trump's executive order, Mike, he also said in a volatile text, we will remove all federal programs saying that we need to hire, interview, or go after candidates in which the civil rights icons have been for decades, Mike. Trump is standing on business, Mike, removing safeguard barriers and things that were in place, Mike, for federal jobs. How scary is this for the city of DC, Mike, and people who rely on those moving forward?
Bro, it's scary for any city near you. To be 100% honest, the dismantling of what our ancestors have worked so hard to put together is a travesty. I do say that I never thought we probably should have fought for civil rights. I do think we should have fought for human rights instead. It weighs a little bit more. It's a little bit more heavier, and it's a little bit the confines of civil rights and human rights has a big difference. But if they're not treating you human, how can they treat you civilly? You get what I'm saying? But I think it's a travesty, bro, because he's everything that we worked so hard for years, slavery, Jim Crow, to civil rights movement, to desegregate, segregate, whatever it is, right? On both sides of the coin, we're going back to where we came from.
Man,
Fact.
shout out to my dog Mike. Mike, the next subject got Mike really, because y'all know my brother Mike is my spiritual brother. Mike, the meme, we can't play the video because of the music, Mike. But the skit seen across the world.
Oh man.
Feel when you saw it. How did you feel when you saw this picture was true? Number two, Mike. I had no idea about this pastor and how controversial he was, Mike. As Mike is an advocate for the spiritual community, Mike, you take lead on this family. Go ahead, man.
Man, I would say the Bible warns us about false idol worship and false teachers and preachers, right? And I'm not saying this brother's a false teacher or a preacher, but I'm saying we got to stop cooning and buffooning in the Lord's house. 100% stop making it a show, 100% make it about what it really is about, which is saving souls for Christ. If you agree with being the Christian doctrination, then that's what it's about. It's not about wearing Dior suits. It's not about asking the church for $10,000 in 10 seconds and you'll become a millionaire. I don't even know if you saw that video, Terrell, but
I did. I was going to share it for you next, family. Go ahead and cook.
it's making the church look so bad because the only thing that we are supposed to be doing is saving souls for Christ, right? Saving souls for the religion that we believe in, living a little bit better, doing a little bit better, and we doing everything but that's when you put the ego in church and church is becoming more about man than God. You get what I'm saying? When we start putting our faith in more men instead of the Holy Spirit and the Lord, this is what happens. And these are the people that you follow.
And I'm going to send Mike the video Mike was really talking about this week, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and find it. There you go, Mike. I do see it. Got it now. And this is the video. Let me see. Is it a video or a talking point? Okay, with no video. Was it, Mike? It was a post.
It was a post. But, bro, some of the talking points that I have on that would be that let's
Go
stop.
ahead, Mike. Break it down, Mike, so people don't know. Go ahead and give them the backstory.
So it was a pastor, as pastors do, right? We ask for money. The church needs money for different things, right? Different avenues, different outreach ministries, whatever have you, right? But I feel that asking for a dollar amount and putting a dollar amount on any type of gift, donation, or tithe, right, is wrong. And I don't think we should be in church because it puts us in these situations where it's making the church look even worse than what we look. It's putting us in situations where if you get $10,000 right now, God is gonna make you a millionaire. Stop it. Because if that person doesn't know how to be a good steward of their money, and when God makes them a millionaire, He's not gonna make them a millionaire off of donating the $10,000 right then and there. He would have already have been making them a millionaire. That right there is, to me, is gross, right? It's sick that People gonna give what they can give. People gonna give what they feel like giving, and us as Christians or us as people that are in the church, we have to find other ways to make those bills be paid, I guess. But it's very disgusting to me. I have seen a church where they passed a collection plate around 4 or 5 times. Like, what are we doing this for? I didn't gave the $20 that I came here with the intentions of that's all I had to give, and you continuously ask for more is ridiculous and crazy. I pray that we all get back to what it's really about, right? It's about believing and understanding that there is a higher power. Believing and understanding if you work on yourself daily, that you'll be able to be a better person. Believing in helping your brother and your sister, right? But it's not about wearing designer suits in church. Matter of fact, the Bible says, come as you are. And a lot of people think that it's about the clothes that you wear, but it's not. It's about your soul, right? And what is all this cooning and buffooning really showing you is that we have gotten so far away from the Lord our God and what it is that we need to do, that is becoming like no morals in the church, bro.
Well, Bobby talking to you, Mike. My man is a traditional Baptist church flamboyant. Doesn't mean why. Mike. Why some channels ask for donation for you hit the like button. Oh, we appreciate you, but to do both, Mike. They chiming in with you, Mike. A lot of people talking to you. They giving you credit, church, Mike. They saying a mockery of God. They agree with you. Preach, Mike. Preach, brother. Preach, brother. I'm trying to get to the paddle in the collection plate so I don't get embarrassed about losing the change in donations. Well, I think Mike is a spiritual brother that speaks on that. To me, man, just seeing those outcomes of it, y'all, it's shocking. It's like I don't see any conversation about helping nobody, Mike. And to ask people to donate in the times that we're in is almost like you don't even understand. You feel me, Mike? People are struggling. People don't have money. I don't give a dang. Give what I tell you to give.
Hey, bro. I mean, but only you know what is right for your pockets at that moment, right?
Right.
So I just, if it was me, if it was my church, and we may just have to find another way to do the things that we need to do with the money, right? But if it's my church, and I think about it from like this, church is a 501c3, right? It's a nonprofit organization that has certain benefits, certain untaxable benefits. I think when you ask for stuff like that, you are taking advantage of that type of nonprofit. I might be getting too deep. You get what I'm saying?
I do get you, brother. And Mike, I got another good take for you. Mike came from radio. I'm gonna get Mike's quick take before we dive into the next subject. Mike, how far has Hot 97 fallen off the chat? Drop where you from. Tell us what you think. Tell us where you at. Mike, pay attention.
Woo! Mornings with Merrill, y'all. It's your buddy Kid Merrill, the Human Direct Flap. I will be with y'all faithfully every Monday through Friday, 6 to 10. You know what I mean? The most consistent voice in your life.
Mike.
Did they get a bootleg Ebro? They ain't had the bootleg Ebro like that, man. Y'all could have worked it out with Ebro. Y'all got a nigga that looked damn near like Ebro. They got Dollar General Ebro up here, bro. That is tough. God damn.
Yeah, he said. Hey, I gotta say something public. New York has fallen off the mother bleeping map.
And I love New York.
I do too, Mike. But New York, y'all, what is going on? Mike said it perfectly. Who is that guy? Nobody down south can identify him, know who he is, or he has younger recognition with a younger crowd. I'm just saying. Mike did not lie. And you know the one thing else New York has a problem with, Mike? They call us divisive, Mike. They say that what we do causes issues, Mike. But I ain't heard no chatter on the air. Mike, pay attention. African Immigrant Caucus in America?
Man.
What the hell? Hold on. Did y'all see this chat?
What is that?
Did y'all see this right here? They have an African Immigrant Caucus of America? How the hell is that not divisive? How the hell is that allowed to be in America? But when we talk about black issues, it's a problem. Google it, y'all. I thought it was fake too. I thought it was not real until I saw these mother bleeping issues that they are talking about on this programming platform, Mike.
It's AI.
Seeing this.
AI.
It ain't AI, Mike. Did you see this? Go ahead, G. Take off on it, Mike.
Oh man, hey. First of all, right? You can't. Why you? I just don't understand why y'all come over here and set up shop for other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me,
Wait.
Mike,
Hold on.
go ahead, fam. You got to give an opinion on that one.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna give an opinion on that one, but I gotta give an opinion on the comment that I just saw. Yes, I do understand, and as somebody that has grown up in church my whole entire life, I do understand that you do need to pay your tithes and offerings, right? The Bible says that the man should that you should pay 10% of your income to the church, right? So what I am saying is this: 10% is different for every person that is inside that church, right? And have you ever thought of this? Tithes is not just a monetary donation to the church. Tithes is also time and talent. So you also have to give your time and talent also with your 10% monetary donation to the church so that the church can continue to function. However, what I'm saying is this: I think it's utterly disgusting to ask somebody to give, hey, I need $10,000 right now. In 10 seconds, the Lord is going to make you a millionaire. I feel that that is very sick and disgusting due to the simple fact that I already have given the 10% that the Lord has blessed me with. Why are you asking for $10,000? Now, $10,000, let's break it down. $10,000 may be 10% of somebody's income, and they may have the ability to pay that. But to throw a blanket, I need $10,000 out to the congregation after I'm pretty sure that you were about to collect money or have already collected money is disgusting. That is my point. But I do agree that you should pay time, talent, and 10% monetary to the church.
Churches got straight ATMs in the basement these days. What the hell? 5031 is controlled speed. Shout out to Detroit, Mike, the D niggas. Hey, is Antoine Daniels represent you, FBA Convo? He is from the D. I need you to respond, family. I
Hey,
need you to
my
respond.
bad, T, my bad to go off on tangent. But to answer your question, I mean, every person, I'll give you the political answer, right, T? Every group should be recognized. However, I just think it's utterly ludicrous to have an African immigrant caucus in America.
I agree, man. What did it say? You
Because
need
you came
go
here
ahead.
for asylum and you are American.
There ain't no reparations tag, folks. Facts, family. That's me and Mike's whole point, man. King Crowder, your range is different. People in the chat, it is such a King Crowder. What did it say? You get a range of different people in the chat. I appreciate you, family. This is what we do, man. We try to talk about it. The church want that 10%. These channels won't amount, whatever amount. We appreciate you, Double Edge. Hey, look, man, listen, we just asking y'all to be here, man. Remember, we asked that FBA combo. Hell no. To the no. Big fact. But Mike, as we continue to go for me, Mike, out of all the things y'all need to discuss, why is it always separation? Pay
Right?
attention, y'all. Our topic is about black men's mentality versus non-black men mentality. Our mentality, me and Mike are in different parts of the country, y'all. Y'all wouldn't even know it. But our mentality is to collectively work with each other. When you talk to somebody from a different background, it's never that way. It's adversarial. It's you versus me. It's a battle. They try to put that us on most black people, but our mentality is to build, develop, cultivate, and grow with each other. This party, this immigrant caucus group, like Mike said, what's the damn purpose, Mike? You already the one by coming here.
You
What do you
came
want
here
to change over and
for
change
the
that?
You came here, and I may sound like a bigot and a Trump supporter, but you came here for the American experience and to be an American. And now you have created the African Immigrant Caucus.
Mm. So when you hear that, Mike, and you rest on that issue, what is your thoughts about that?
I am here, but I am not apart.
Mm, phenomenal take by my dog, Mike. We're going to switch gears right quick, Mike. Share the live, share the live, share the live, like, comment, subscribe. Mike, there was a phenomenal interview done by Ryan Davis this week on Shannon Sharp's podcast. We're going to share as much as a clip about his daughters and his feelings, Mike, before we give our thoughts and feelings. Fair use, fair use.
From I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of here.
Mm.
And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
You were an ATM. Now all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
broke me. Because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this. Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to this realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has to things, perfume, jewelry, clothes, makeup, whatever the case may be.
It's heartbreaking.
Mike, when you hear Ryan Davis speak his personal truth about issues he had while trying to co-parent with his daughter, how do you feel when you hear that, family?
It's saddening because that you feel that you built a bond with the child and now the child is only using you for the materialistic things that you can provide. But you have to combat that with the love of a father, right? Because she's only getting that from being taught. That's a learned behavior. So you have to have her unlearn and relearn. And you have to coach her out of that. And it's a sick and sad thing because we know that it came from the other household. He travels a lot. So the only time that he may spend with her is times like he may come out of the pocket more. So I feel like it's a twofold thing, right? One, this behavior has been enabled and perpetuated by the other party, and two, he has fallen into that because possibly his busy career, and you know when you're around, you're trying to make up for time, and you're always buying things, but it's easy to fix. You can right the ship for sure. You have to have that conversation, but you also have to be willing to let go if that I feel that she's young enough that she can understand and be taught and coached to mold it. However, if she cannot, you got to know to let go because that's what she's being taught to do.
I agree with you 1,000%, Mike. I think the first thing for me is that is not on the child right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is on the people around the child asking the father to get things. I know Ryan has his feelings. That's his daughter, man. We can't tell him how to feel about that, and we're not touching that subject. But for all fathers that have gone through the custody phase, the court battle, you have to understand it is a process. I do understand exactly how he feels about it feeling like a used father, but you showing her the love and transparency that she wants will outlast, brother. And shame on people for allowing a brother to express himself live, and it's always a problem. Mike, if a black man expresses emotions, it's a problem. If a black man expresses his opinion, it's a problem. If a black man disagrees with something, it's a problem. Why is it always an issue if I damned if I do, if I damned if I don't?
Because the society that we live in wants us to be quiet, docile, and obedient. But the black community is everything but that, right? So we have just evolved to a place that we have to be tough. We have to have to carry the world on our shoulders and the world on our back. But the thing is this, dang, I lost my train of thought, bro.
No,
Pick up.
I think the thing what you're saying is you gotta learn how to say no. Facts, Elijah Striff, man. Bubbling, reasoning, reassurance. You have to do that. And I do believe sparing the child. I think somebody said it might spare the ride. You must not spare the ride with your child. But we gotta understand, y'all, he is a professional. He travels for his job. We don't know the relationship with the child's mother and him. We don't know how many kids she may have. We don't know if there was a bad break. It's more dynamics to it. But as a man, all of us have gone through it. Number one, I'm proud of him for speaking on it. Number two, I'm proud of him for seeking legal counsel and seeking aid. And I'm also proud of him for saying, I want more time. That's what I got away from him, Mike.
Oh, I wanted to say this too, T. we can't be getting on the baby mama so much because we do got some trifling ass baby daddies that be putting their
True,
baby mamas through the
true,
ringer as well.
true, true.
We gotta be duality on it.
No,
That's
no,
for that's for my ladies actually doing their thing and their baby daddy actually is
absolutely.
what's made.
And remember, y'all, I am pro black men, but I'm pro black family first. No matter how that family is made, no matter how it looks, Mike, as long as we have successful families. I don't care how it has to get there. I don't care what level, but if it works, it works. You feel what I'm saying, Mike? But I believe if you have parents that are trying, Mike, you said if you got parents that ain't trying, Mike, so be it.
Right.
But if you have parents that are trying, work with them. Like you said, you know what I'm saying, Mike? Because there's too many people that ain't trying out here. You know what I mean, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Next, Mike, I don't know if you heard about this new app, man. I just gotta let you hear it, Mike. I'm not gonna be a bias, but all my dogs, I want y'all to listen to a new app they got going on now.
After I said I would require a deposit to take me on a date to cover my date preparation costs, I'm now working with an app developer to make this a reality. This is actually happening. We are building the app. I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this is the best damn dating app you have ever seen, because there is a clear difference here where the woman can set the deposit rate and the man can pay for her date preparation costs. So as a woman, you're going to walk into the date already so happy, and that's going to lead to a better date and a better connection. And that gives the man a better chance of succeeding in courting you. The app is called Courted. So when people ask, how did you meet? You can say, he courted me. So cute. The website already looks absolutely stunning. And the app,
I'm ready, T. I am
all of the
ready.
features are so unique and nothing like you've ever seen on any dating app. Oh, and to everyone who said you can't do that, guess what? I just did. So we are going to launch this city by city. And if you want early access, click the link in my bio and sign up. Let's make
Mike,
To strong arm a man to pay for your date preparation. If I'm not mistaken, asking somebody on a date is a mutual beneficiary act. I think I have to get my haircut, get prepared, and do all the things that I need to do. You have to get your nails done, hair done, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do to be prepared to come on this date. We have already verbally contracted that we're going to spend time together and get to know each other. Now it's a strong arm and an expectation that I am supposed to get your nails done. You just missed out because I was going to do that anyway, right? The type of man I am, I probably would have did it anyway. But to strong arm me in doing it up front is crazy work. And it's crazy work. And if that's not gold digger and leech and parasitic behavior, I don't know what is. Men, we have to understand one thing and two things, right? We need to understand what an asset and a liability is. An asset makes money, a liability takes money. And being strong armed to pay for somebody's date preparation is a liability. And you will find yourself in trouble. 100%.
you know my brother Martin go give the good answer. I'm gonna give you the real nigga answer. She's selling coochie. She's selling coochie. She's selling coochie. She's selling coochie. Well, damn. That's exactly what that deposit is, gentlemen. That's the coochie.
That's the $40 on the dresser right away.
What? You telling me I gotta put a deposit in just to see you? That sounds like an escort. I don't care what nobody is saying. You can dress it up. You can change it up. You can switch it up any way you know how, baby. I know what I hear. What the fee cost? 40? Is that the clearance rate, or do I gotta pay something on the back end? That's what I heard. You telling me I get on the app, I have to deposit to meet you? What that sound like? That sounds like you selling coochie.
And the crazy part about it is most deposits are non-refundable. So the scam is this: oh, something came up, let's reschedule.
Listen, man. Facts, my parent to skill child development, they still on it, man. Hey, look, she's totally like, she's selling coochie, Frank. That's what it is. You know my dog, hey, look, pay for it. Facts. That's exactly what it is. Listen, y'all, I'm just giving y'all pimping ain't dead. She just going global. Well, damn.
Yes.
Listen, Becky right here, Mike. Look, she's selling coochie. She's selling coochie. That's what it is.
Hey, but a real nigga might have paid for up already. Like, but damn, nigga, like I gotta pay for it.
That's what she said. I heard her say, "Yo, that's exactly what it is." Can we stop calling it? If it's a damn table, I'ma call it a table. Stop telling me I gotta put a deposit down. I
Man.
gotta get the what?
Hey, I'm gonna be real. If I'm putting a deposit down, the striking guarantee better be at 95 to 100%.
Listen, Mike. Listen, we ain't going on no date if I gotta do all that. What I'm talking for?
I'm pulling up.
Listen, Mike.
Deposit.
Chat. That's what. Listen, chat. That's what I'm expecting. We talking all this other foolishness. What we doing all that for? What we building momentum for? Let me do it again, Mike. That's it. Strike ain't gotta be high. And as we continue to go, I'm sorry, y'all. We try to go funny here a little bit, man. We try to go funny. We try to keep it light. We also try to keep it real, Mike. But this next story right here, y'all, this shit is crazy, Mike. We going international, y'all. Mike, a Ghanaian government has impaired mandatory DNA testing, Mike. But the women in Ghana are going back saying DNA testing is destroying marriages. What the hell? It is marriages in Ghana are pleading because the government is breaking up happy homes. Mike, you mean to tell me random DNA testing is breaking up happy homes? What the hell going on over there, Mike, if that's a problem?
You not being honest and knowing that man want that child daddy is breaking up a happy home. Not the random DNA testing, my nigga. Because if you knew better, you do better. Golly.
Fellas in the chat, if you ask your wife for a DNA test and she say, no, how you feeling, Mike? You know what I'm going to do, Mike, the same day. You ready? I'm going to sign them papers. Them papers. What Usher say, y'all? Them papers. What? Breaking up happy homes. Mike, go ahead and cook up on. I see you had something to say, dog.
Man, how can you break up? First of all, if the DNA test come back anything other than 100% not mine, bro. If it's 100, if it's not 99.99% Maury that I am the father, bro. How could it break up a happy home? The home was never happy if we. First of all, hey, what's the hesitation?
Facts. Facts. Now go ahead, Mike. Keep cooking. I'm just reading the way. Go ahead, man.
What's the hesitation? You should, if it is what it is, you should be like, yeah, we doing it. It's
Hey,
no
listen,
hesitation.
Mike, too many babies looking like Elon Musk. That's terrible. They ain't lying, Mike. They ain't lying. Well, I'm just saying, hey, at the end of the day, this shouldn't even be a conversation. If that's your wife, man, and y'all married on some real stuff, man, and I'm asking for a test, I get it. Well, I can be disrespectful in the marriage standpoint, Mike. I get it. But as confirmation, I don't get it how that's not going to switch over to the United States, Mike. Out of all the stuff we see got going on, I don't know how that ain't up next.
Bro, we saying dudes that's been taking care of the child for 12 years and don't be the daddy, bro. You sick. You sick. You knew that man was the daddy.
That's a fact, Mike. That's a fact, Mike. And Mike, I think we spoke earlier, Mike, about, man, it's a crazy year for people out here, Mike. And we are really weighing in. 2026 is a political year. We are staying active as we always do. Mike, Lady Jasmine Crockett got on the news and said this.
Get offended and try to say I'm too black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm gonna be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols, and they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What?
Mike, why do all of our political leaders use the slavery standpoint when talking about ICE? How do you feel? What do you think? And what is your overall commentary on this subject?
I mean, the historical accuracy of what she's saying is 100% true, though. The police, the policy enforcement is nothing but the people that they deputize to go get runaway slaves. So, I mean, to say ICE, I mean, ICE is the police, so policy enforcement agency. I would agree, but I would also say, like, referring to immigration and slavery is a stretch. It's a stretch. You're trying to tie the two together. I think it's a government ploy to get the immigration and the black plight to cross mix so that we're not really thinking about the black plight no more and we're thinking about the immigration problem, right? But it's immigration problems with white people as well, but we don't talk about that. We only talk about the black, brown, and yellow that are coming across the southern borders. We don't talk about the northern, eastern, or western borders at all, right? But to say that historically, yes, she's right, but to try to tie it into slavery with immigration, nah, I can't jump on that bandwagon. I can't support that.
You know the problem I have with him, Mike, and this is just me. Carmelo Anthony, the little boy that had a self-defense case happen in her district. She ain't say a peep.
Wow.
You know that, Mike?
Wow, I did not know that.
Mike, she is the district congressman in her area, that district. Mike, did you hear a voice accolade on that subject?
No,
Did she speak on it?
no,
Did she say anything?
no,
Did she have a comment? Did she say I was too black then?
no.
That's the problem I have with these political leaders, Mike.
They pick and
Don't
choose.
say, Mike, the ICE subject is a subject, but we have black issues that are important that you
Facts.
don't speak on.
And the fact that that young man is in your district and you not raising awareness or even saying that you keeping an eye on the case or even giving us information about the case is crazy.
And Mike, her background is law. That's why nobody respect these goddamn black people out here that's in a legal background. The same way we feel about Obama and them, Mike. Your background is law. You ain't saying shit.
Yeah, I think it's a travesty.
So, like I said, Mike, you are 100% correct on what you said, but I have to ask the follow-up question. Ma'am, is your opinion that strong as it was for Carmelo Anthony? What are your feelings on that self-defense subject for a young man that just graduated high school who cannot enroll in his freshman year in college because of the overarching issue of his life being threatened? What do you think about that, ma'am? If you're going to speak, let's be consistent. If you have a problem with how the law was ran, speak on it all the time, and let's not pick and choose.
Facts.
That's the main problem I have with the leaders, Mike. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Mike. People chop it up with they love your commentary, Mike. We forgetting that both party parents, 2026, we need some Scientology in the hospital. I love black people that feel that the immigrant accountability because black people never grow up. I don't know what he's talking about, man. Another troll in the building, Mike. Carmelo Anthony ain't guilty, man. Y'all just talking. All of y'all just talking. But we got to remember, Mike, as we continue to roll on to our current live, Mike, and we talk about it, Mike, this subject, man, hit home to me, Mike. I don't know if you know who this lady is, Mike, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. R.I.P. to Claudia Colvin, who sparked off the civil rights movement prior to Rosa Parks, Mike.
We never talk about her or give her flowers.
So, I'm going to let you cook first, Mike, before I go. What are your thoughts when you hear about this? When you see the elder later in life, do you have a feeling? What are your thought process about it, Mike? What do you feel?
It saddens me, right? Because now I'm about to get deep on this, Terrell. It saddens
Always.
me that the colorism in our own community, right? Why haven't we heard about this lady more when she did whatever Rosa Parks did first? She was the spark, she was the ignition, she was the true flame of the civil rights movement beginning, right? But we hear about, and this lady was a little bit more dark skinned, but it's a little more attractive for light skinned Rosa Parks to sit on the back of the bus and get all the recognition. You feel me? You follow me? The colorism and everything is crazy to me. I feel that this lady is a national hero and she should have been championed as such.
I agree. I've also heard the stories, Mike, that she was I don't mean to use this term to be disrespectful, Mike. She was a baby mama. So the optics of that generation, Mike, 60s, having a kid out of wedlock was a big deal.
Yeah,
I do believe it. You know what I'm saying, Mike? You got to remember that point too about child out of wedlock. So I do believe that was one of the main reasons she got put in the background. But you are right, Mike. She should have deserved way more recognition. She sparked the movement. She is what inspired that whole thing to take off. But I will say that when I found out later in life, Mike, that she had a baby out of wedlock, I was like, okay.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? Back then, you can't have no.
Hey, look, they was like, ooh, you got a stain on your girl.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Mike? She didn't.
NAACP can't hold you down.
Yeah, Mike, you can't when you it's hard to check that box. Back in the day, Mike, premarital sex. Woo! you know, Mike, they wasn't going for that. So you know what I'm saying, Mike? So as we continue to get it, Mike, I'm gonna get my dog. My dog Mike got his last subject for live on Sunday. Mike, have the chickens come home to roost? Stephen A. Smith is in the hot waves this week, Mike, for his political commentary, his thoughts and his feelings and his aggression. Your thoughts on Stephen A. Smith as a whole? Does what he do positively outweigh for how bad he talks about people?
No, and I'll say this, right? We need to start sticking to the lanes that we drive in, right? Stephen A. Smith, you're a sportscaster, sports anchor, and person that is all around knowledgeable on sports. When you start talking political, you start to lose people because you're not an expert in that area. And then your viewpoints are then straight opinionated and not backed on fact or any other resolutions, right? You should stick to the sports talk, and that's what you're expert in, and people will be more inclined to listen to you and respect your thoughts. But the things that you are saying are totally ludicrous and utterly disrespectful. You just need to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Well, I think Mike, he sees the ending is on the way. I don't think people have noticed that. I think
Right.
Stephen A. sees his wave at ESPN is coming to an end. I don't know if people noticed that, Mike.
Mm.
I think when Unc started to branch off and start doing, when Shannon Sharp started doing the other stuff without Skip, I think he knew the ending was on the way. I
Right.
think what you're saying, Mike, I think Stephen A. knows that the digital, because think about it, Mike, do we watch ESPN like we used to back 20 years ago?
No, bro.
Maybe he's looking at the numbers, Mike, and seeing. Maybe
Right.
Shannon let him know I could be bigger. Because I don't think he needs ESPN like he used to, Mike.
No, I don't think so.
So I wonder if he's setting to pivot out, even though he got his new contract. Excuse me, Mike. I wonder if he sees that wave ending and he's trying to jump ahead of it in time. I don't know
It may
for
be a
sure.
different rebrand. It may be a different rebrand.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? Because it just, he knows it's coming, Mike. Like you said, it's like, okay, you talk sports. He never talked politics.
Right.
But this last contract he got, Mike, it's like, does he know something 4 years from now down the road, Mike? Because he has branched out tremendously, Mike. And remember, Mike, he's taking less roles. Remember that, Mike? He stopped to work less. He's working more on his own brand. So I guess just to my mind, Mike, what do you think about that? I'm like, man, he is changing up.
I mean, actually, it's not a bad idea because at the end of the day, if you don't work on your own brand and you continue to work on somebody else's brand, you continue to make them rich and make yourself poor. So I think just, hey, he working on himself, but I just feel like you need to be a little bit more expertise in political ventures if you go speak on it.
I agree with you. I think his analysis is with that. And I also think, Mike, I hate to say, you could tell he's only around his own type of individuals.
Yes.
He seems out of touch. I think that's the one problem that people tend to forget. Like, man, you around your class of people, which is good, but do you talk to anybody from other demographics and backgrounds? And how does that shape your way of thinking? You feel me?
Right. I feel
Mike, tell the people where they can find you at, where they can
check
see
me
you
out
at,
on
man.
Michael McCall on Facebook and where McCall at.
Shout out to it, Mike. You got anything else you want to say to people tonight? Because you had the chat booming, dog.
Hey, man, just love each other and do better each day.
All right, Mike. Make sure you chime in on follow my dog, Mike. Until next time. Peace. My dog, Mike, hit it up quick, man. We got it in the book, gave it Pro Negro, Higgery, or the Montex. I agree. It was, we don't know, man. That's alleged consensual. He'll be independent cross-platform. The main blacklist him. Child out of wedlock. She did have a child out of wedlock, allegedly, right? She was the original social, but that's good enough to have. Don't get more than that. Well, you got to understand political of that time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The child out of wedlock for black women wasn't a choice. We don't, allegedly, that's what was going on. You feel me? That was what allegedly what had happened. We're going to continue going, man. Going back to hip-hop now, one of my favorite subjects for the evening, man. I personally want to throw this out there, y'all. I want to throw an alarm out there. I think the hip-hop wave is changing in front of our very eyes. Ride the train or get off. This is the quote-unquote owner rolling out. I want you to listen to his brother and his opinion.
Or how do you guys, I guess, how you make the decision of not booking certain people at certain times? Like, so they're looking at people who like just dropped albums. So they're saying 21 Savage, Thug, and they're saying Uzi and Kodak. I think they feel like if it's in Florida, Kodak got to be there.
So what I feel like is if we want to stick around and evolve as a festival, we can't just give you the same lineup every time. And the funny thing is I used to see comments all the time in the last few years like, oh, this lineup looked the same as last year. So
I think the festival wave and the corporate wave of doing stuff is over, and we're starting to see the tea leaves of it because this brother is not tapped in or know what's going on in the culture.
we made a conscious effort to bring a lot of new shit. 2 out of the 3 headliners have never headlined, and a lot of the artists on the bill have never performed at Rolling Loud. And now that we do that, you got people like, well, you wanted something different, didn't you?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? All right, so maybe you are not familiar with a lot of these artists on the bill, but all these artists are streaming crazy. And
I think the one thing that is going to hurt brands like Rolling Loud is that you don't see the intricate tea leaves and you're not tapped into what the audiences want now. The big festivals that were popping when people had more money, the younger crowd and the younger audiences are pivoting away from it, and we see the sound changing in real time. So even though the money is there per se, the cultural impact and the cultural cachet that audience command, they crave, they want, is not as strong. And that is what guys like this that own the platform, even the academics in a way, don't see at the grass floor level. They don't understand that as we see them right now, the club culture, the changing culture, the music vibes, what people want is changing.
all these artists are selling out shows. So you might be unk status now. You know, it just might not be for you. But we made a real conscious effort to book real young here and
I don't think the issue is the young age point. The issue is the cultural impact point. If you are not on the new wave, y'all, trail riding, that blues sound, the King George era, it's going to take over in 3 years. I don't think people understand how big of a sound and how much gatekeeping is happening. We learned in the verses during COVID that people pay for concert price, concert crowds equal shooters. That's a fact. That's a fact of what you're saying. Unk status. That's true, fam. I'm not afraid to admit it, brother, but I also think the venue expectation. You know what's sad, y'all? You know I got a lot of young boys. Shout out to my young dogs that watch me. It's truly sad that anybody under 25 has never really had a party experience. Follow me. Section culture has been around for almost a decade, y'all. In 2015, we saw the section move take off. So if you're under the age of 25, you do not have a traditional club-like experience. It's going to blow their mind going to different venues, different sound, and actually have a place where you can interact with people. Right now, the Rolling Loud stage is, I get the money, you get the best ticket, you get the best venue, you get the best VIP pass, gimme, pay. There is very little access for the individual. So I believe going down the line, younger Gen Alpha, Gen Zs are going to pivot because they want more for their money. They want more acceptance. They want more fun, and they want to just have pleasure. These venues are taking your money, making you pay for badges, being in big crowds, pricing you out of hotels, and what do you get for it? You don't dance. You don't mingle. You see people on their phone, everybody having their lights out, recording the artist that's performing. What's fun about that to the consumer? What's fun about that to the viewer? You're getting paid, yes, but the viewer's experience is bad. And Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they can speak on it. All I'm saying for y'all deserve more. I want you to get that twerk, that dance, that Travis Porter wave. You deserve that. You don't deserve to get taken advantage of. That's all they're doing. No, I was laughing at the guy saying that he's an unk status. Oh, facts. You're right. I got you, brother. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Hey, look, not you. My account is older than most of these kids. Facts, though. But I'm saying, then don't mention house. I think the house party wave, y'all, was there. I really think in the next few years we're going to see that happening. I reside in Houston, Texas, y'all. I can't tell you how many club spots are offering promos, deals, discounts, removing barriers, and often happy hours. And guess what? They still dead. People still ain't going out. It ain't packed. Venues are closing. It's too much damn overhead. Strip it down. Go back to the basics. All you need is a goddamn bartender, a security guard, and remove all that other stuff. Remove the section, bring back the dance floors. I'm telling you, whoever masters that concept first is going to make some money. That's what we're going to see in our lifetime. And I know it seems far-fetched because if you're younger, you've never seen it. But it's truly what people are craving, man. And you don't have to believe it, man. But one thing I want to show people is that way of thinking, that way of saying, I'm just going to get over people, I'm going to have the fame and the money and stuff, it doesn't absolve you from real world problems. One of our last two subjects for the night, man, it's actually sad. Streamer Castanet, I don't know if y'all know him, y'all. You know, I like to give you information that's current and up to date. This brother is going through a breakup, and this dude can't even get offline to discuss it. I want y'all to tap in, watch, give me your feelings, and remain transparent.
Like all these big brands, they have that one thing.
Exactly. And then they grow.
It's the opportunity to just express a lot of things that's been going on in my life. But like, this is Kai behind just the streams. And I want to do it the right way. Like, this is not me slapping my name on any brand. And
I can see.
And and trying to, money grab and shit.
I've been asking people, because people talk junk to me. King Crowder used to stream. And I asked them the same question I ask every time. What is the streaming era's evolution in 5 years? We see the biggest streamer in the world, Castanet, right now going through it. Not saying the brother isn't talented. Not saying the brother doesn't have gifts. But what does his next step look like when his age of streamers grow?
I want to build this community.
You have to know who your audience is.
He doesn't even have the understanding to understand that Kanye West tried the same route already, and Kanye is way more talented than the brother. The fashion community, the discrimination, the racism, the issues that you have to get inside, the elbow and the blocking that they do, the swagger jacking that they follow. You're trying to enter an industry that you haven't even researched yet. All that fame, all that fortune, all that time. And the brother's trying to pivot. I'm proud of him for doing that as a man. But no one has ever told you to A, do your research. B, find out how you're going to pivot. All I see is people around him with cameras. And they're watching. They're seeing him stress. What I see is a young man going through a breakup that has not talked to anyone. Watch his body language. Watch his energy. Watch his focus. And I want you to see him personally going through mental health.
Yeah. You have to know who those people who are going to support you in the beginning, because those people also going to grow with you.
Mm-hmm.
The people who've been watching you for, how long you been streaming? 5 years?
Like 4 or 5, yeah.
Right. So if they started watching you when they was 9,
Facts.
they 14 now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And for the next 5 years, then they're going to be 19.
Mm-hmm.
So they grow with you, and then their economics are going to grow with you too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's fine. Y'all grow together.
Mm-hmm.
So much facts right here, sister. What you say, man, 20 years, he'll be the same break. He needs to take a break. I can already see he needs to take a break. The number one thing I want to know, man, is this dude needs to unplug for like a month and then come back. You went through a public breakup where she humiliated you and something happened and you lost it. Now I hear that you're going to pivot and you're trying to go into something that is extremely challenging, and we've never seen you have the intellectual curiosity or capacity to do. No one around him is telling, hey, Kai, take a step back. Read, process, think, believe. Right now, you are going through a transitional period of your life. You are exiting into what it takes to be a man. Commendable. Commendable. But while you're taking what you got to do to be a man, please take what you got to do for your mental health, man. Please take whatever knowledge you need to do. Please take a step back and respond to it. And also, take the time to process how you feel. Every brother, if you go through a breakup and you was a serious relationship, you need therapy. If you go through a battle where you lose your kids, you need therapy. If you lose someone, you need therapy. I'm not just telling you as someone that has not done it. I've done it personally. Custody with my son, needed therapy. Had to process it. Custody battle with my brother, needed therapy. Custody battle with family, you need therapy. I know it sounds crazy, but to go through that emotional baggage while trying to be a high-functioning man or woman, it is in freaking possible to do it alone. And the reason why I want to talk about these type of things is that if you don't go to the therapy and handle it like you're supposed to, and you have kids, I want you to understand something. The turmoil from your children will be placed upon them. On this video of this TikToker that was talking, I think it's an interesting conversation and discourse, and I want to chime into it. Hey, crowd of gang, share it live, comment, like, subscribe. We're in our last 2 episodes.
This Ryan Davis situation, it's not uncommon. This is very common for Black men. We were just talking about Todd and how he wanted his daughter to get it in the mud, even though Candy wanted to be more of a provider for her. Todd was okay accepting Candy's lavish gifts for himself, but he did not want those for his daughter. It also makes me think about even Shannon Sharp, right? Shannon Sharp, I remember, first of all, there's this conversation about him not wanting to give his daughter $25,000. But I also remember he did an interview with, I think it was Carisha, but it was a Black woman, and he was talking about food stamps and welfare and all these things. Black men have an aversion to giving Black women money. They have been indoctrinated to believe that giving Black women and girls money.
I disagree with her right there. We have an aversion to give Black women money who are not committed and under our program. You should only give money to your wife, your mother, your daughter, or your sister. The amount of people that expect to gain resources who are not under your leadership, I believe, messes with you psychologically. If it's your wife, you provide money, provision. I mean, you provide protection, provision, and protection. Those 3 are secured no matter what. Anytime that you think you have to give anybody money that is not underneath your leadership, you are causing yourself overdue hardship and pain. She gave the examples of Shannon Sharp, which I'm not going to go against that. But I do believe that you do not know the active provision that he provides for his family day in day.
It does something to their manhood. But these same men will be okay giving non-Black women their money. Shannon Sharp, who just paid...
We have to understand something, ladies. Black men that love y'all. A lot of non-Black women who want or prescribe to money will give and invest early on in which ways you don't feel like you have to sometimes. I have met, as a brother that's happy where I'm at, non-Black women who do play the game. They play it. They invest. They believe it. Invest doesn't mean money. Invest can mean time, energy, love, compassion, respect. They invest those things early on when most of our sisters are taught to be apprehensive.
His victim, I think they said $23 million. He is still, you can still see him on this app talking about going to the DR to exploit vulnerable women over there, which is passport bro mentality. So he's not opposed to giving.
You can't exploit the willing. Those people are actively participating in those issues, even though I don't agree with it. Words mean something. Exploiting and being with somebody that's active in it, 2 different things. I'm watchful to that word. I believe that it's harmful to say. Just my opinion.
His money, he's just opposed to giving Black women his money. And this is Black women and girls. This is very common for Black men.
Are we talking about foundational Black American women, or are we talking about Black women from other raps and news? We got to say that. Getting advice from a Black woman like this is crazy. Real stuff. Always, y'all, I'm gonna tell the truth. That hat is super suspect. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. It's a hat that I love. Shout out to my daddy for getting it for me. Shout out to my pops. Remember, I can't speak about you. Black men love seeing their children struggle. That's not true. That's always right. Women want the benefits under the wrong policy. That's true. I think my sisters spend too much time monitoring men when a lot of us are out of order with each other. Shout out to D, baby. Check her ring on her arm, fam. Oh, there you go being mean. That's grimy. That's grimy. I'm not going to do that. Let me finish. Keep letting it cook.
This is something that Black men need to unpack. Black men are very comfortable giving their money to non-Black women. But when it comes to Black women and girls, whether it's their family, even their own biological children, they don't want to give money. And I've talked about this time and time, like before, like when I've crowdfunded in the past, very few Black men have ever donated to my crowdfunding efforts. Very few Black men that I even know personally will not donate money. Even I remember.
Can I say something right there? Very few people that I know support me in my endeavors in my YouTube channel. I have to earn every bit of it. It is shameful for you to think this because you're a Black woman or a Black person that other people have to respect you. They only respect the talents and how good you are. I don't want anybody to follow, like, or subscribe to me to support me just because I'm black. I want them to like me because I'm putting in that work and I earn your vote. You saying that people that you knew were brothers that didn't support you, maybe didn't believe in your vision, and that's okay. Maybe they just didn't have the money, and that's okay. And maybe they didn't want to support your action. That too is okay. But to demand that I support you because you say something, who the hell do you think you are? You don't know people's financial situations. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what happened. Be grateful that they were willing to share. You are not owed anything, man. That is a travesty that you have to learn how to deal with, and your expectations are wrong.
A few years ago, like actually many years ago, I have a stepbrother, and he used to come and spend summers with us. And he's doing, at the time he was doing very well financially. There was like maybe 10, 15 years ago, he was doing very well financially. I was struggling as a single mom. I reached out to him, asked him for some help. And he was not comfortable giving me help. He was not comfortable helping me. And interestingly enough,
we don't know what his situation was. You were a single mother, and that's fair, but you don't know what his situation was. I mean, you don't know if he was doing well. You don't know if he had child support, anything. You were a single mother. It was your child's father's apprehension to take care of your child first on, not him and not you. You don't know.
At the same time, he was giving my dad, who was an adult man with no children, single adult man, he was comfortable giving him money, paying his rent, and my dad was an active alcoholic and an addict. And we all knew this.
So you're going to compare the love of your father and the person that raised him to the love of you of somebody that can genuinely work? Maybe his father got alcoholism for something that happened in our family. The love of a father and a son is different, lady. But for you to even compare that and say, why could he give to you and why did you deserve that? I wouldn't give you shit. Your analysis right now is already spot off. Your entitlement is crazy. My father's not perfect, but I'm going to look out for him. My brother can still work. Get a job, Negro.
My brother was more comfortable giving my dad money than giving money to me, a struggling single mom raising his nephew. Black men have issues giving. I think it's a part of the socialization, indoctrination, and conditioning. There should be some studying done, but there is something very specific to Black women.
Hold up, chat. You lying that she ain't got to go fund me every month for utilities. Come on now. You lying. You know I only speak facts. You know I only speak. She count everybody's pockets. Everybody's pockets.
And girls. Black men are not opposed to giving women money. Black men are opposed to giving Black women and girls money. And like you have to think about it. It makes sense, right? Because the system is designed to keep Black women at the bottom. If you don't recognize that.
Why do we keep acting like Black women are excluded from Black people? What the hell is she talking about? You are ethnically not above the group. What are you talking about, man? Why you act like it's a difference? This feels very weird. You are a Black person in America. You ain't no different from me and you. Why do you act like that you are systematically pro-Constitution again and not us? This self-centeredness where you a separate group is kind of what the word, what they say, Dulu? That is.
I'm not gonna help you unpack it right now. The system is designed to keep Black women at the bottom, to keep Black women the furthest away from privilege, opportunity, and access, right? And so how do you maintain that if men in general across the board make more money than women? So Black men have the capacity to make more money than Black women, but you want to ensure that those Black men don't feel comfortable giving the money to the Black women, because if Black women were financially supported.
Well, why don't you just get married? You are only required to give money to people that you're married to. Brothers, do not give no type of chick to no money that is not your wife. I don't give a damn who she is. If you are not underneath my leadership, I ain't giving you a mother thing. Hold firm. Don't give nobody no money that ain't obligated to you. If we are not married, if we are not kingship, if we are not under a contract, remember, a marriage is a non-compete clause. I ain't giving you shit. The audacity of you, ma'am. No. If that was your husband, absolutely I'm on board. If that's your father, absolutely I'm on board. But for a man that has no commitment to you, hell no.
Then Black women could do a lot more, right? So if you want to keep Black women at the bottom and you want to make sure that Black men who get money don't give Black women money, what do you do? I'll be wondering, like, how did the socialization, indoctrination, and conditioning happen? Like, what was it? And I don't know. I can't pinpoint a specific thing that shows, like, it's an example of how Black men were indoctrinated into this, what I call it sick trained, socialized, indoctrinated, and conditioned, sick trained into being like completely opposed to giving Black women and girls money. How does that happen? I think part of it is they normalize this idea of Black women constantly being scammers. Like when Black women need something, I think about like the movie Deja Vu. There was on my other platform before.
I can't listen to her no more, y'all. I try to watch this whole video. It's all Black women. We different. We harsh. We're so this, man. Look, I don't want to hear none of that shit. You hear me? She is. She's proven Ryan was right overall. As a woman, she's believed that she's supposed to cater her simply for being a woman. Big facts, D baby. You feel me, dog? She tripping. I agree with D. Hey, I agree with Divine too. Shout out to her. Hey, I agree with Divine. I agree with her too. That's all. Hey, she big tripping for sure. Also, what did she say? Also, most Black women these days say the majority of Black men are broke and none of y'all have money, won't share it. I'm tired of these types. Because women should start complaining and competing. Somebody bet at $3 that she's an admin and I get a lot in the Facebook man group. You better stop, man. Y'all are hilarious, man. On our last subject for Live on Sunday, man, I got a good one for you. This one right here, hit deep. Strap in, put your seatbelt on. Share the live, share the live, share the live, like, share it. Pay attention, family.
Supposed to be coming in my comments talking about wait till ICE come after me because I'm next. Let me just say this, bro. Say it with your chest. Because that's not what you really want to say. Man and woman, both of y'all been saying. You want me to be next. You hope I'm next. It's an indirect threat. You try to hide behind the wait till ICE come after you. That's not what you really want to say. You hope I'm next. So I'm going to let that indirect threat slide.
Why do y'all want Black Americans to be affected by ICE next? For the ones that truly believe that, I do find this brother's commentary absolutely correct. How can a group that earn their rights and freedoms and cut their teeth in the side of the United States of America, what do you get from saying that? Why do you think that's normal to say you're next? Why don't you address the issues that you solve and that you have? But to openly say that, this brother's 100% goddamn right. And I agree with him.
Because I really think it pisses y'all off that it's literally impossible for me to be next. I think it pisses y'all off that I'm just not in that situation. But the indirect threats, bro, y'all ain't really got to do that. Just say it with your chest on how you really feel. ICE has already came to my city, and I just stayed out the way. Just like if there was any day that somebody said there's heavy police presence in this area, I just stay out the way. But I don't have nothing to look back over my shoulders for. I have nothing to worry about. So it really pisses y'all off that y'all fell into this trap of being lied to, talking about they're coming after us next. They're going to get you next. I'm not the type to be fear-monger, bro. You actually sound dumb as hell. I'm really not one of them. ICE was here. I went about my day, went to the stores I needed to go to. I never had to look over my shoulder. They probably saw me. They be in unmarked vehicles. But I have nothing to worry about. Y'all be having these doodle brains listening to everything on the internet talking about they coming after you next. But see, y'all need to keep that over there, though. Don't come in my comments talking about I'm next, because that's not really what you mean. You want me to be next. You hope I'm next. So instead of this indirect threat, just say it with your chest on how you.
I agree with the whole brother wholeheartedly, man. Let me go and give a round of applause to that brother. You know the one thing that bothers me about this whole commentary? Handle your own business. Say what you really feel. Deal with your own political issues. Why do you keep saying that we next like we are not a part of this damn country? You know how disrespectful it is to say with me with your damn chest that I'm an immigrant, I ain't got nothing going on, my family been here since the inception? People really do have a hard time believing that Black people are native here, that we're built in, we're part of the fabric. That is the difference, as I said in the beginning part of this live, y'all, of the FBA mentality and the non-FBA men mentality. You can't shame us. You can't guilty us. You can't shame us and say that how we should feel, how we should think. We understand where we are from, the Americas. We know what's been written in history books. We know what the lies have been. We have our own movement, own sources, own way of thinking, and right now we have our own movement. Now, I don't give a damn if you like it. It don't matter if you agree with it, support it, go against the grain, hate it. All you can do is nod and respect it, man. That's it. So when we talk about how we feel in this country and this commentary that we're standing on, all you can do is salute the FBAs like it should be. And as that brother said, We always never been next. We always been first. Our problems, we deal with them. Our problems and our issues, we've dealt with them. We ain't run. We ain't avoid. We ain't duck. We stood on it. And now that we've stood on to build enough platform to deal with it, don't come crying. Accept the cards you have been dealt. Finally, Foundation of Black Americans. Remember, today's live, we broke down the differences between FBA man and non-FBA man mentality. As I discussed earlier in our book, from the master teacher, Neely Fuller, if you have not gotten it, I want all of you to go to Amazon and read it. Why? It helps you navigate conversation. It helps you deal with conflict you may not know. And it also teaches you how to combat social norms and discourse you may be unsure about. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, for tuning in with me for another edition of Live on Sunday. It is I, the greatest host in the known universe, King Crowder, man. I'm going to read the rest of these chats before I get ready to dap up out of here this night, man. Oh, somebody said that bet me $3 in the admin. I don't have a man in the Facebook group. Hey, as you said, the Queen CBSC, she tripping. Laugh and slide by D from Divine. Why we don't date broke women. Lord have mercy. There you go, going in. Thank you too, Mega Blackness. What he say next one? Getting married. I'm tired of hearing about the baby daddy. I'm not a husband. Facts. Listen, ICE has nowhere to take us. FBAs aren't immigrants. They are upset because we have always been targeted and they can handle it. They can't believe that we are targeted, treat worse than they are. Hey, I love millennials that down for the cause. Try to take a little bit back. It's going to be a problem. Facts. We are indigenous. Shout out to you. I don't want to say your name wrong. Yvonne, shout out to you. Facts. We let everyone come over, man. We can't everyone come over. They do. Thanks you to Elijah Thought, man. Tap in, shut a live. Please be back, man. Thank you for that positive review, brother. I love you. I will always continue to give you this fire content, y'all. On my journey, we just hit new numbers. We just hit 2 platforms. Make sure you continue to tap in with me. Community posts and my brief pop-up on Wednesday. Make sure you get all my books, things in which my parents will be taught us, is on Amazon. Find me on any platform. I do talk back to my people, and I do love you. Most importantly, comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for hitting my numbers. Thank everybody that donated. They can hit everything they could this evening. I want you to thank you for tuning in with me. You are the greatest host in the known universe, King Crowder. Make sure you check on your family. You read, you work out, you eat, and you pray this week. Until next time, we will. Hey.